Shalom everyone, this is Chris Shoemaker, also known as Yehuda ben Shomer, and welcome to the Daily Drash. Today's Daily Drash is taken from Psalm 71, verses 17 and 18. And I'm going to be reading from the New American Bible. It says, God, you have taught me from my youth. To this day I proclaim your wondrous deeds. Now that I am old and gray, do not forsake me, God, that I may proclaim your might to all generations yet to come. Today in the Western world, in this modern Western world, we do not have the respect and the honor and the awe and the reverence for the senior citizen as we once did back 50, 100 years ago. Back then we honored the experience and the wisdom of the elders. Today they're just in the way. They don't fit with modern society, and they're tucked away in nursing homes or behind the four walls of their home, and they're just forgotten about. They're rarely visited. They're rarely involved, unless for some reason that they're an extrovert and vigorous. We usually forget about the elderly. And it's sad because they are a wellspring of wisdom. They have a plethora of experience that they can give to the younger generation, to even my generation. They've been further down the pike than we have. They can see things coming before they get here, and the insight and the wisdom and the information they have are invaluable. Well, here, David seems to be concerned with becoming an old relic. He says, God, you have taught me from my youth. To this day I proclaim your wondrous deeds. Now that I am old and gray. And we see that David had circulatory problems during the end of his life, that they actually had to hire someone to lay in bed with him so he could get warm from that person's body heat, that no matter how many amount of blankets that they laid on him, that he couldn't get warm. And so he had his ailments in his old age. He says, now that I am old and gray, do not forsake me, God, that I may proclaim your might to all generations yet to come. David didn't believe in retirement. He knew that the only retirement that he sought is when he was 6 feet underground and he slept with his fathers, as the saying goes in the scriptures. He wanted to be used of God to the very end, and indeed he was, because at the end of his life he allowed Solomon, his son, which nobody expected, to succeed him as king, and he brought in the golden era and the golden age of Israel, and was the one that God commissioned to build a temple for himself. But if you're getting gray streaks in your beard, or losing your hair, or getting a few wrinkles, and you're just feeling old, and you're getting aches and pains where you never had them before, and maybe even you're past the midlife crisis and you're thinking, oh my goodness, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? What's going on here? Just remember that Moses was 80 years old when he was called by God to deliver the children out of the bondage of Egypt. Abraham was in his 90s when he had the promised son Isaac. So just because you have double digits, in your age, that you're getting up there, that you're past your prime, doesn't mean that you're not able to be used by God any longer. Actually, God may have you do the greatest thing that you've ever done in your life in your old age, as he did for Moses and as he did for Abraham. So he's not finished with you yet. No matter how old you are, no matter how many ailments, aches and pains, wrinkles and gray hairs that you have, or lack thereof, God still wants to use you. David says, now that I am old and gray, do not forsake me, God, that I may proclaim your might to all generations yet to come. A lot of people think of the elderly as old and foolish, but the Apostle Paul said that God uses the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And a lot of people look at the elderly and just think that they're weak and decrepit. And Paul also said that he uses the weak things of the world to shame the strong. So, man, if you are in that category, you are a prime candidate for God to use for the honor and glory of His name. So don't give up, don't give in, don't get discouraged. God is not finished with you yet. If you're still alive and you're still breathing and kicking, God still has a purpose and a mission and a calling for you on your life. Hey, thanks for listening. Go out there and have a great day. Shalom and Shavua Tov. Abraham'sDescendants.com, getting back to the first century in a 21st century way. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press the like button as well as the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and the notification bell that'll let you know every time I make a new video. And don't forget to share this with a friend. Also, visit our website at abrahamsdescendants.com. Thanks. Shalom. Thanks for watching. Stay connected by subscribing to our other social media accounts and visiting our website at abrahamsdescendants.com.